I talked yesterday with the Senate Finance Chair, who happens to be the sponsor of the Resilient Rhode Island Act, and who've been working with us to get some funding to do the study that was authorized through an amendment to that act, but never funded, to do the carbon fee study economy-wide. And I also talked to Attorney General Nerona yesterday. Anyway, the upshot is that we have $250,000 from the state DW settlement money to do the carbon fee study that was part of the Resilient Rhode Island Act. So we are working with OER, Office of Energy Resources, and I will hold a meeting soon to do a kind of an informal scoping before we do the RFP, but we want to get an RFP out this spring, get a study underway, including some stakeholder advisory panel. We want to build that into the RFP so that we have it ready for January of 2020, or for the next session. Also, because we're working on the Transportation Climate Initiative, and there's a great big meeting in Boston of the 12 states that are involved with that, we're hoping when we scope it that we can at least either get something that's useful as a comparison to the TCI fee on petroleum products, or maybe even give us some more input as to how we might best invest funds through that effort should it come to pass. And that effort we would hope would be also part of a 2020 legislative agenda. So that's the news. I'll try to send an email out to people soon, but I know a lot of people have been looking for that study for a couple of years now.
So the funding is just secure, we know it's happening?
Yes.
Okay. And then the deadline again, likely?
Well, we've just looked at a schedule. How quickly can we get some input, develop a scope of work that we put into an RFP, put it out to bid, probably get a vendor this summer, and then try to get a study done. We'll have to have the study right-sized to the amount of money we have, which is $250,000.
Kind of almost envisioned, it's relatively similar, maybe not quite as extensive, but how we had a small stakeholder group with the 2016 greenhouse gas study. It may not be 5 or 6 meetings like we had for that, but there'll be a couple of stakeholder meetings in the fall when the consultant's doing it.
And maybe there's a role for students or so anyway, we need to think it through together.